So there we go. In my meditation today for April 4th, I want to bring you all some channeled messages. Yeah, the scales are being flipped for sure. There's a changing, a tipping, and a leveling of the playing field, and there's a lot of things that are happening. I was receiving the message of giving, so with no expectation of any sort of return or anything like that. So to stay elevated during this time, and not even just like COVID, and I'm not making small of what's happening about COVID at all. Like, this is, you know, a very interesting kind of war that we're experiencing on a spiritual plane. This might what would be what we call World War III. And then this is a very introspective time. It's like a mirror, like this, like very close to your face. It's a lot of reviewing, it's a lot of like being caged in. So what can we do to elevate ourselves? Again, these messages were ones that were given to me either in prayer, or just kind of in transit, because I'm just receiving a lot of messages right now. So, around the world today, lots of people were holding conferences, love fests, prayer circles, and it's very powerful when prayer happens in waves. So, Ghetto Nun Tarot, I think her name is the Ghetto Nun. she's on she's on YouTube. She recommended at 4:44 a.m. and 4:44 p.m. on April 4th, 2020. Her collective group of people she was gathering were to pray around this time. And I can even hear some of you being like, well, tarot is witchcraft. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's not really about that. It was just a message I just so happened to tune into at that time. And not everybody who practices that is a witch. Sometimes we actually work in the seventh plane. So, yeah, it's really awesome to see that, like, waves of prayer and just like very positive energy. I was just receiving so much goodness recently. And so I want to bring that to you all, because this is exactly what this is. Feeling good happens and is most exciting when it's shared. So, in order to receive a lot of amazing things, we have to focus on what's coming. For example, working in the seventh plane with God, with the creator of all that is, we can see just love. We're not focused so much on virus or what is running out or who said what, or we're mostly focused on how we can just change things. That feels amazing. So the prayers that I was feeling of people just genuinely going up to God and having positive intention was amazing. We can keep this energy up when we give to other people without expectation. Again, without expectation. I was hearing also unions are coming. So I'm also hearing that God is speaking very differently to those of us who, in this season. So the way God may have spoken to you before is going to be much different now in this space than you've listened to God's voice before. So this is exciting because, sometimes God said, leave that place. And then sometimes God says, no, no, this is yours. You can stay. So as I'm even looking and like reflecting on what's happening with the economy, what's happening with a lot of businesses, what I'm seeing and what I'm tapping and tuning into is the fact that businesses are helping other people. I'm seeing T-Mobile gave away, like, whatever plan you have, they just upgraded everyone, so don't even worry about it. We're going to give you unlimited service. I'm seeing businesses or public transportation just say, you know what, don't even worry about the money. Don't worry about it. Just here, I will help transport you. They may have like blocked or sectioned places off, but they're allowing for people to still move on, and they're not operating in this currency of expecting anything back. I'm just here to drive you to where you need to go. I'm seeing stimulus packages for people who are unemployed. I'm seeing grants for people who want businesses. I'm seeing a lot of love. I'm seeing people buying groceries for other people and giving them away. And I'm seeing people just coming together. And this is how we can ascend. And I'm so like, this energy feels so good. Like, it feels really, really nice. Just to give without expectation. Like, hey, you can help out if you want. I would appreciate it, but you know what? Just don't worry about it. That energy always feels good. And when we think about our own selves, right? When somebody helps us with something or somebody forgives us, that feels like so amazing. And when someone forgives us of larger things, it feels better. When somebody eradicates a huge debt, who do you care for the most? The person who bought your coffee that day, or the person who gave you, who said, you know what, don't worry about it, I'm going to pay your students tuition. No strings attached. The bigger debts usually are the most forgiving, or the ones that are most memorable, should I say. I'm not dismissing any sort of act at all, but this just pulls into like a lot of things that is happening. So right now I'm in the middle of a Romans 8 study. This is for women. And so I'm not afraid of the gospel. I was just called to pull this out and share with you guys that if God be for us, who can be against us? This is like such an amazing time. We are operating in a spiritual place. And this is like so cool. And I'm just feeling this really positive energy. Things are going to be so good. Things are going to be so good. Don't forget to, whatever you tune into, whatever you are thinking of, it will come back, and you're going to attract it. So if you want to think of the positive things, if you want to talk about what you're seeing every day, you want to talk about how beautiful it is to see people who are coming to do a lot of healing and light work, and how they're putting a lot of people's needs before their own, or this is their need, or this is their time to come and call. Respect people during this time. I do want to also remind you, and not to like in a fear-based place, but just if something feels good, go toward that. Um, not everybody during this time is feeling good. So when you can give back to someone, again, like I'm thinking of the law of compassion. Um, when you give to someone, just you're really gonna help somebody's day. This is such a beautiful time for humanity, and I'm just like so honored. And there are people busking and hanging out in the middle of the street playing violin, and everyone's still giving them money because they understand, like, one, it's how beautiful is it that you can come out and still entertain other people. Like, let me help you out. Or maybe you really need something, and thank you so much for the entertainment. And like, this is so good. Everyone can use a good laugh, to smile, and just feel loved. So this is 444. It's 2020. So please go out, give somebody something sweet, do something. And if you don't have money, it's not about the money. Again, we are spiritual. We're in a spiritual place. This whole energy of the universe and us spinning on a rock floating in the middle of outer space is called Earth. This is a spiritual experience. So how cool. Give with your spirit. Don't worry so much about the finances or a piece of paper. Money is going to change anyway. We're going to start seeing all kinds of chips and like universal IDs. So currency will change. Blockchain is now like, starting to rise up. Don't worry about what's happening with your finances. Everything, God will always provide a way. You guys have an amazing last few days. We are now in Nisan, which is right before Passover in the Jewish New Year. So, oh, I'm sorry, that was in September. The Jewish New Year is in September, but this is Passover, is what I mean. So, yeah, things are amazing. Easter's about to come up. This is like so powerful. You guys have an awesome day. Just be happy. Be happy. listen to a meditation, and remind yourself it's already done. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. It's already done. It's done. It's done. It's done. What do you need to do anything for? It's already done. It's done. It's done. Okay, I love you guys. Again, if you need to reach out and you need to talk and need immediate relief or release of something, you can contact me. I am giving away my services on a donation base. And let's ascend to a higher plane. Okay. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.